goals tonight. Probably feels pretty good. What do you see from the team just in their creation, and obviously you got a bunch of guys who scored their first goals for the game.
Yeah, I thought I thought in the first half the ball movement was good. The energy.
Greg, are you on mute?
Oh, I might be.
Yeah, I think he's on mute.
All right. Now I'm not on mute.
This
Okay.
meeting is being recorded.
All right. I got the question. So, I thought the first half especially, I thought the ball movement was good. I thought the guys played with intention, the purpose to get behind, to attack, create chances. A lot of similarities to the last game, except for we put the ball in the back of the net and we rewarded ourselves for the opportunities that were created. Great to finally get one off of a set piece. Rayan comes in and works hard to get to that ball and buries it, which was good. Kevin had a great header early in the game off of a fantastic run and a ball in that the goalkeeper makes a fantastic save. But great for him to actually put one away. I know he's felt a little bit of pressure and been feeling sort of the mounting pressure of not finishing, not getting some of these chances put away that he's wanted. And had a little word with him yesterday about just relaxing in his mind and when the moment gets there to just see the goal and put it in the goal. And he got to a great spot, and it was a great cutback cross that he just, he drove and steered it into the right spot. So I was really happy for him, just because I know how hard and how much he's wanted that one to get him on the scoreboard. So Sam had some great chances where he was just a little off or a little unfortunate not to put one in the back of the net. But I thought the first half was well played, and the rewards were there because of the way we played. The second half was good to get that third goal, a little bit against the play, a little bit of just some hard work from Ethan to track one down, put the center back under a little bit of pressure. Makes a misplay to the goalkeeper, and just because he put in the shift, he got the opportunity to put it away, and that was an important goal because it, I think, allowed the guys to steady and just kind of see out the half, and defend a little bit. And we weren't great with the ball. I think a little bit of that is tired legs and against an opposition who was a little bit desperate and pressing, and we weren't moving as fast as they were. And so sometimes we were making some what I thought were tired mistakes. But in the end, great effort just to see the game out by the guys and a tough turnaround and a good bounce back from the game the other day.
Thanks, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Josh. We'll go with Kevin Baxter next. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, thanks a lot for your time. What is a game like this with that makeshift lineup you had, the bench you had wasn't obviously the bench you probably wanted to have, and then you win kind of going away? What does that do for the team and its confidence?
Well, I think it's great. I mean, I think obviously it's a group that has learned to win quickly this year and learned to win in some slightly different ways with some slightly different mixes. I don't know if we've ever put the same lineup on the field twice, and we've had some that are relatively close to others. We've had very different benches from game to game. We're still trying to build our group, and now we have, between injuries, suspensions, call-ups, we're just that's what an MLS season is about. You got to get something from everybody, and that's why it's important to keep everybody in the mix and keep everybody ready to play. And so that was excellent. It was a group that I thought rebounded off of a good performance and a bad result, had a good first half, got out in front of the game, and then saw a game out, which is great for just the team morale and also for the guys who we're going to need as the year continues. And now we lose Seba and coming up for the Gold Cup, so more guys are going to have to continue to step up during this stretch.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll go with Damien Calhoun next. Damien, go ahead.
Hey, Greg.
Hi, Damien.
Sort of follow up on Kevin's question there. You guys have also found a way to bounce back from losses. 4 losses, but the next game you guys have won each one.
Yeah.
What does that say about the makeup of this group, the makeup of your staff, or how you guys sort of get guys turned around quickly, here to sort of refocus on the next challenge ahead?
Yeah, I think it shows that we have a good foundation for what we're doing and a good knowledge. When I thought we played well in a couple of our losses, and we didn't finish. We didn't get the result that I felt like maybe we deserved, and we adapted and adjusted a little bit. But guys had a strong mentality. They came out with with the endeavor to push for the game to go get a result. But I think ultimately the ability to bounce back from losses is to know who you are and know what it is that makes you successful and how you want to play, and you never lose track of that. And when things don't go the way you want, you can always find that foundation and build off of that again. And this group that's part of the process, right, of learning exactly who you are and how you get results. And this group has taken that on fast, and it's been an enjoyable process. We still think we have a lot of space we can continue to grow. But when results haven't gone our way, as you said, the guys have bounced back, which is a product of mentality and a product of just understanding who you are and how you're going to go about getting results. And when you combine those things, then we've done a nice job in those bounce back games.
Thank you.
Thank you, Damian. We'll go with Gio Garcia next. Gio, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, congrats on the victory. I wanted to ask, I know you said you guys aren't in a rush to bring back Chicharito, but obviously I know that the game kind of changes a bit when you have Ethan Zubak. What kind of conversations are you having with Ethan, knowing him, obviously he started today and potentially in the future?
Yeah, I thought, I think his work rate is always up there. He gives us a good shift. He makes things difficult for the opposition. He helps us on the defensive side, which gives us maybe a little bit of work so we can recover balls in better areas of the field. He stretches the field with his runs. He does a lot of things that just because of the amount of work he puts out there, he makes the opposition make some decisions, and that opens up some space for us. He's linked up some plays okay. What our discussions from last game to this game was try to get yourself into some dangerous positions. Don't always look to go get the ball and link up the play. Sometimes you just got to cheat it a little bit, and you got to hang out behind the opposition's defense. You got to hide a little bit in these areas where you can give yourself the advantage in front of goal, so that when the team creates the opportunity, you're in the position to finish it as a striker. Because sometimes he's just so honest with his work and so honest about trying to be involved and do all these things. He then doesn't end up in that position where he needs to be and create a time edge, as we call it, or a positional edge on the opposition in front of the goal. So it's little nuances like that we're trying to teach him, but he's such an honest worker sometimes within the game that he works himself out of striker positions, which is something he needs to continue to learn.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take one last one from Josue Lopez. Josue, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Vicky. Hello, Greg. Congratulations on a great win.
Thank you.
Throughout this season, the response of your young players have been outstanding. Julian flying on the right wing, Adam Saldana coming in and out, bringing a lot of service in the midfield. Efforts that we do right now, but he made a great goal the other day. Dunbar today, the debut of Daniel Aguirre.
Yep.
What are your thoughts of your young players in general?
Yeah, I'm happy with all of these guys. They're learning. They're picking up things fast. I mean, we are, we're asking them to understand the game, to read the game, to be very aware of their surroundings, to understand their relationships on the field and understand what our principles are when we're playing. And they're learning, and they've got a good cast around them where they have a lot of support on the field when they come on that also are helping them. And they're smart kids, they're good workers, and they love to compete. So, Adam had a tough moment in the last game, and then he bounced back tonight, and I thought played nice and solid in that midfield and protected the ball a couple times, which is something that we talked about. He really put his body in there and protected the ball, which is a great, again, bounce back from him. So these guys have, they play an important role. The academy here is very important to us, and teaching these young players not just how to play, but how to win is the important part of being at the Galaxy. We're trying to be a championship contending team, but also have young players who come through our system. And both fitting those things together is something that we have to do and get these guys used to. And they're gaining their experience along the way, as I said, with good leadership around them, with the guys inside our team.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
As a product of working that hard, is that always your mentality? Have you always considered yourself a hard worker?
Yes, since I was a kid, I think that's always been my mentality. The thing that I can give every game, even if my quality is not there, is hard work and trying to give that for the guys around me because they do the same for me. So today, my mentality was I'm going to go out there and work, do my best to help this team win the game, and the goal was the cherry on top.
Do you feel any pressure? Obviously, you're coming in for an injured player who's tied and leading, MLS in goals. Do you feel a lot of pressure that you have to put goals in the back of the net playing the position you're at?
I don't feel the pressure. No, I wouldn't say that that's the right word for it. I think that the guys have a lot of faith in me when I do come in, obviously, for Chicha. And Chicha is one of the most supportive teammates that you could ask for. He's injured, but he doesn't ask or make the situation any awkward or anything for me. He just positively encourages me, helps me in every way possible, and he's a great mentor to have.
Thank you, Josh. We'll go with Damian Calhoun next. Damian, go ahead.
Hey, Ethan, congrats on your goal there. Just give me your thoughts on the group, the way you guys have been able to bounce back from losses. 4 losses, but the following game you guys have found a way to win. What does it say about the group that you guys sort of find a way to, just to make sure you don't lose 2 in a row so far?
Yeah, I think it says a lot about the team chemistry, honestly. This group of guys gel so well, and we know that we want to fight for each other every game. We made goals at the beginning of the year, and one of our goals was to not lose 2 games in a row. We think that that's championship team mentality. We go out there to play like brothers every single time, and I think that because we do that, we don't lose many games, and when we do, we don't lose consecutive ones. So I think that that's a good mentality from all the guys on the team, and it's really professional of us to do.
Is that something that Greg sort of instilled in you guys? So, I mean, the staff was working on you guys. So, I mean, it's probably tough to say, how do you lose 1, so how do you bounce back? It's no easy way to bounce back anyway. So just walk me through that process.
Right. No, absolutely. I think Greg is the head of it all. I think that he is a guy that is, pays very close attention to detail, so that when we do lose a game, we're analyzing exactly what we did wrong, why we lost that game, what we can do better the next time, and then move on to the next team that we're playing. But he makes it easy for us. I mean, he does his due diligence. We do a lot of film. We do a lot of tactics and analysis and training. So we are well prepared before every game, and he instills also a sense of pride to be able to go out there and compete to win every game. And that's what championship teams do, in my opinion.
Thanks.
Thank you, Damian. We'll go with Kevin Baxter next. Kevin, go ahead. Okay, we'll go with Larry Morgan. Larry, your line's unmuted.
Hi, Ethan. Thanks for talking with us. Just one question. Can you talk about the goal? What happened on the play? How confident were you that you could reach that ball? And was it a spur of the moment thing that you could outrun those guys, or what?
Yes. I mean, it was definitely a spur of the moment. It was one of those things where, you've seen actually the defenders make that mistake before in games. It almost seemed like he knew I was down his back and that it was a tight pass with the goalkeeper. So I knew that it could be something to where a mistake could be made. So right when I saw him go down, it's tough to get that much pace on the ball when the ball's coming in that direction and you have to try to whip it. But you could tell he couldn't get it. So it was more so, just me being prepared and reading the situation. And obviously, when I took the touch past the keeper, it was a tight angle. But, I saw the angle, and I just went for it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Larry. We'll go with Gio Garcia next. Gio, go ahead.
Hey, Ethan, congrats on the goal and congrats on the victory. I know Greg was here just talking about your work rate, and I know you're here talking about championship mentality. I just want to know more of those conversations that you've had with Chicharito. Obviously, we know the type of year Chicharito had last year, and obviously it's different from this year. What have you learned from what you've seen from Chicharito?
I've learned a great deal, both on and off the pitch, from Chicha. I would say just how strong he is mentally is one of the things. I mean, he went from one of the toughest years in his life on and off the pitch, obviously mutually affecting each other. So I've learned that a professional mentality and resilience is necessary, and to never give up on anything. I mean, he's the player who he is today because of his experiences. But I've learned, a great deal on the field as well. Every game, even when he's injured, when I'm playing with him, I'm constantly learning things. He's one of those guys where you watch him practice or you watch him play, and instantly you know that he knows these small things that give him these small advantages during the game. So I mean, it's just a wonderful experience for me to have as a somewhat younger player, and I'm just grateful to have him here on the team with me.
Thank you.
We'll go with one last one with Chris Maldonado. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, Ethan, congratulations on your goal. You had one of the better nights today on the field, 80% pass success rate, several shots on goal. It seems that your partner on the right, someone you got to see it, has been putting in a lot of work. He is just this close to getting his goal. What kind of advice can you give him as an attacker, just maybe to get that monkey off of his back?
Yeah, it's sometimes it can be very tough as an attacker, because even when you're playing well, even when you're doing all the things that you should be doing right, and obviously the expectation as an attacker and the desire is to score goals. But Sam's doing all the right things, and all the right things are coming. It was the same thing with Kevin up until now. It was the same thing with myself up until now. With this team, the opportunities will continue to come. He's beating his defenders. He's working extremely hard, making great passes. All the right things are clicking, and eventually, I think for Sam, the goal will come. I don't think that the team is really focused on whether or not he's scoring goals. They're just focused on whether or not he's performing at his best, and right now he's performing excellently. Him and Kevin out wide they've been excellent, especially over the last couple games.
Thank you.
Ethan, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you guys very much.